Have you ever opened your budget app and just sighed? You are tracking every single rupee, saying no to chai, skipping fun with friends on the weekend. And even after all that, you still feel like you are stuck. Like nothing's really changing. That feeling? That's called budget burnout. And honestly, it happens to a lot of people. But here's the good part. You don't need to quit budgeting. You just need to learn how to do it smarter, not harder. In this video, I'll show you how to fix burnout without giving up, and how to make your money work for you, without feeling like you're constantly sacrificing your life. So don't click away, because if you leave now, your future self might seriously regret missing this. When we first start budgeting, it feels great, like everything is finally under control. You are thinking, this is it. I'm gonna be rich in 6 months. So you download 3 different apps, create a detailed spreadsheet, maybe even color code your spending. You feel powerful, like you've cracked the money code. It's like freedom is just 5 good budgets away. But fast forward 3 weeks, and now you are standing in front of a bakery, staring at a 80 rupee croissant, having a full-blown debate with yourself. Is this a need, or a want, or just emotional support? That's when the motivation starts to fade. You are tired, you feel guilty, and suddenly, budgeting doesn't feel like freedom anymore. It feels like a punishment. The truth is, no one ever teaches us how to keep going after the excitement wears off. And that's exactly where most people give up. Here's the harsh truth that no one tells you. Most people don't fail at budgeting because they are bad at math. They fail because they are tired. Tired of tracking every rupee, saying no to small joys, and constantly blaming themselves for every extra expense. Over time, that stress builds up, and slowly, they stop. They stop tracking, stop planning, and then, boom, they quit. That's called budget burnout. And trust me, it hits harder than your third EMI in 1 week. But here's what's worse, the regret that follows. You start thinking things like, I should have saved more. I wasted so much time. Maybe I'll never be good with money. And while you're stuck in that spiral, someone else, maybe your old college friend, is investing, building wealth, moving forward. And you are just sitting there, downloading yet another budgeting app, hoping this time it'll finally work. So what changed for me? Honestly, it was just one sentence. My mentor looked at me and said, a budget is not a prison, it's your freedom plan. At first, I didn't fully get it. But the more I thought about it, the more it made sense. I had been treating my budget like a punishment, something that kept me away from fun, from living, from enjoying anything. I was so focused on tracking every single rupee, writing down every 30 rupee coffee, worrying about every little mistake, that I forgot why I was budgeting in the first place. It wasn't about control. It was about peace of mind. So I changed my entire approach. I stopped trying to be perfect. I stopped tracking every small thing. Instead, I started building a simple system, not just around expenses, but around energy. I asked myself, what makes me feel alive? What's worth spending on? What drains me and isn't even helping? I created a budget that was flexible, not strict, one that gave me room to live and breathe. And slowly, the burnout started to fade. I wasn't overwhelmed anymore. I was finally in balance. Here's the first big fix that helped me stop feeling burned out with money. Budget in seasons, not forever. What do I mean by that? You don't need to cut your expenses all the time. You are not meant to live in sacrifice mode for the rest of your life. That's just not realistic or healthy. Maybe this month is your save and stack season. You are focused, you cut back, you say no to unnecessary stuff, and you build your savings. But next month, it's okay to ease up a bit. Maybe you take your parents out for dinner. Maybe you finally buy that jacket you've been eyeing for 3 months. Maybe you say yes to that weekend trip with your friends. Budgeting should be like life, flexible. Because let's be honest, life isn't the same every month, right? Some months are heavy, some are light. Your budget should move with you, not against you. And here's a simple question to ask yourself. What are you even saving for, if you can't enjoy that 120 rupee biryani guilt-free once in a while? Remember, a smart budget helps you live better, not just save more. It's about choosing when to tighten up and when to let yourself breathe. Let's talk about something no one really tells you. Budget burnout often hides behind guilt. You know the feeling, right? You spend 500 rupees on Swiggy after a long day, and then immediately feel horrible about it. I shouldn't have ordered. I'm so bad with money. And suddenly, that one decision spirals into self-blame. Sound familiar? Because it's way more common than you think. That guilt? It slowly chips away at your motivation. It makes budgeting feel like punishment, not progress. But here's a tip that changed everything for me. Create a freedom fund. Just set aside 1000 rupee to 2000 rupees every month for guilt-free spending. Yes, money you are allowed to spend on anything. Swiggy, Zomato, movies, midnight chocolate cake, whatever makes you happy in the moment. Call it your fun money, or even your stupid money, doesn't matter. What matters is that it gives you space to breathe. It keeps you mentally sane. And honestly, it helps keep your budget alive. Because a budget that only says, no, will eventually make you say, I quit. But a budget that includes a little, yes, that's the one you'll actually stick to. Hey, just a quick pause. If you are finding this video helpful so far, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. This channel isn't here to make you feel guilty for spending money. It's here to help you spend smarter, save better, and still enjoy your life. Because money isn't just about rules. It's about freedom, peace, and living well. Alright, let's jump back in. You don't want to miss what's coming next. Want to remove 80% of the stress that comes with budgeting? Here's one simple trick. Automate it. The less you have to think about your money every single day, the less burned out you'll feel. So instead of manually deciding what to save every month, just set up an auto transfer the day your salary hits your account. A good rule? Move 20% into savings, your emergency fund or short-term goals, and put 10% into investments, like mutual funds, SIPs, or even gold. Do it once, set it up, and boom, you are done. The rest? That's your guilt-free money. Use it for groceries, chai breaks, travel, or even that new pair of shoes. Because when your saving is sorted first, you don't need to feel bad about spending. Think of budgeting like brushing your teeth. You don't wake up every morning debating how to brush. You just do it, almost without thinking. That's exactly how your money habits should feel. Easy, effortless, automatic. Because the truth is, discipline is hard, but systems, they'll carry you through, even on lazy days. Here's a weird but powerful tip most people never think about. Start tracking how you feel after spending money. Not just what you spent, but how it made you feel. That 300 rupee coffee with your friends? Maybe it left you smiling, refreshed, and recharged. That energy matters. But that 1000 rupee gadget you bought during a random sale, the one still lying in the box? It probably made you feel regret, guilt, or even frustration. That's a drain. So here's the fix. Create something called an energy budget. It's not just about numbers, it's about vibes. Spend more on things that give you energy, joy, and meaning. And cut back on the stuff that leaves you feeling worse. Because when your money matches your energy, budgeting stops feeling like a punishment. It starts to feel like freedom. Just imagine if every rupee you spent made your life better, not heavier. That's the real goal. Here's what no one tells you. When you finally fix budget burnout, something magical happens. You stop feeling scared every time you check your bank app. You stop avoiding your money, your bills, your budget. Instead, you feel in control. You start building, not just wealth, but also confidence, peace of mind, and freedom. You stop saying no to everything out of fear, and start saying yes to the things that actually matter to you. And here's the best part. You no longer feel like you are missing out while saving. Because your money, it's now working in a way that matches your values, your lifestyle, and your goals. That's when budgeting stops being a chore and starts becoming a powerful tool for living the life you actually want. But here's the thing. Fixing budget burnout is just step one. Because even with a perfect budget, there's something sneakier that still drains your wallet. And most people don't even realize it. It's called emotional spending. That silent money leak, where you spend not because you need something, but because you are stressed, sad, bored, or just tired. By the time you notice, it's already too late, and your bank balance has taken the hit. So here's what to do next. Go watch my video. Emotional spending is draining your wallet. Here's how to stop. It'll completely change how you see your own spending habits and help you take back control.